Yep, that's our dinner.
Ribeyes.
I love your meat, baby. Hi guys, it's December 1st, and 2 years ago, we went on our first date. 2 years.
Don't seem that long, baby.
It went so fast. We had so much fun. It doesn't feel like 2 years.
Nope. 50 years is only gonna feel like 20 years with you.
Yeah. My baby. Yeah, it's recording. Okay.
Now that it's taken her 74 minutes to finally get this together, instead of, you know why I like taking a picture? Because you just go click and it's over. Oh my god.
There's a mess here and she put it on. Okay, anyways, the point of this video is to tell you guys of how we met.
Really?
Yes. Can't hear myself.
Man.
I can't hear myself.
Better quit putting your armpit in my face. Threaten me with a good time. How we met.
Okay. My hair looks blonde, sort of.
I moved to Santa Cruz.
We met at a bar called The Med.
And I was dating somebody else.
Yeah.
And actually, her and my ex met.
Yeah.
And they became all friendly and then decided to come over and be friendly with me.
So, in the 4 months that I was living in Aptos, I kind of went up to this local bar called The Med. And
Total local bar.
And I just started talking to everybody to kind of meet
she was
people
just friendly.
and stuff. And I met his...
Her and my ex became, or like little buddies in the bar that night. It was funny. I was busy playing pool, music, not really paying attention. And her and I met, or then her and my ex,
your ex
became friends.
Because of Panama somehow. We started talking about Panama.
Because they've both been to Panama. They're both Air Force brats.
There.
They were both Air Force brats. And they exchanged Facebook, and I came over to take a drink of my drink, and they said, hey, here, be friends with her. And I, okay, and was.
Pretty much.
So then
we were like...
So then 2 years went by, and we never ever, she never commented on nothing on mine on Facebook. I never commented on nothing on hers on Facebook. Nothing. Never commented, never said a word, okay? Then all of a sudden, 2 years later, my ex and me broke up. I was
so
like,
there was no funny business when we first met.
No, never even, nothing.
No.
So then my ex and I broke up, and I was out freaking just having fun, surfing, doing all kinds of shit. And I was going to dinner. I went to dinner with some friends at this place in Rio Del Mar.
The Bittersweet Bistro.
It's called the Bittersweet Bistro, and it's so fucking good. And I posted it. So
he checked in, and I was like, oh my
in
God,
2
I've
years,
never been
she's
there.
never ever said a word about me,
my housemate
or commented on anything. And she comments and goes, "Oh my gosh, the whole time I've lived here, I've always wanted to eat there." Well, dude, I'm a man. My next response is, "When can I take you?" Well, it took me a month and a half to take her.
Yeah, because I was busy a lot.
But when I finally took her, let me tell you what. I knew I fell in love with this girl when I bought her a fucking plate of food this big. And when she got done with it, she was taking the bread and tearing it off the loaf and mopping the plate. It looked like my dog Layla had hit the plate. And she looked at her plate with this big surprised look on her face, and she looked up at me, and I was just smiling because I loved it.
Because I was like, I'm just eating. I'm just.
She was single. She was starving. There was no man taking care of her. You know how it is, women.
I was taking care of myself. I was doing pretty good.
Yeah, but not as good as a man that loves you with all his heart.
Aww, see? That's why. Anyways, so here I am with this piece of bread, mopping the plate, not even thinking about, oh my god, this is my first date.
Did it look
totally
like you just took the plate out of the dishwasher? That's how clean it was.
My face in front of this guy on the first date. I was so embarrassed.
I loved
and
it.
I'm like mopping the plate, and like halfway into it I look up and he's just like smiling.
But that's not what that's not
like,
the that's not the funniest part of it. The funny part of it, she's coming up the hill to my house and she posts on Facebook.
This was the second, no,
the first night, the first date.
No.
She's on her way up the hill to my house and she says, I'm going up into this white, predominantly well-to-do neighborhood bumping E40. I hope nobody gets offended. And I just text back to it. Yeah, my sons have both kicked it with E40 and sung with him.
I'm bumping E40 in this predominantly white neighborhood. I'm like, there goes the neighborhood. And
the neighborhood already went there as it go when I moved in.
Yeah.
I ain't lying.
Oh my god. Yeah.
And since then,
it's been pretty fun.
Pretty good, man.
Yeah. 2 years and it's like...
It's getting ready, yeah. We're almost been on the road for 2 years. We've been together for almost 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
We've been on the road. Layla, come here. Layla. Get over here. Sorry, my dog decided she was gonna go for a little trip. Sit down.
Watching you.
Anyway.
Yeah, it was funny. The first time we ever met, it was at a bar, and it was because of his ex-girlfriend. And I was like,
yeah,
oh
so
my
that's
god,
the best.
you were
And I want to be honest with y'all.
And I was like,
that's the best. That's the best thing about my ex-girlfriend is that she fucking introduced me to her. Oh my god! But you know what? That's how my life has always been. I love it.
Yeah, me and her were talking about Panama somehow, and we were both tipsy, and I was like, oh my god, we should totally be Facebook friends, and that happened, and then somehow we became Facebook friends, and like the whole time...
Never talked, never commented
nothing.
in 2 years.
We probably liked randomly here and there.
But never commented.
Yeah.
Never even liked.
I don't,
No,
well, I
you
don't know
know.
about that.
I do, dude. I know what I think with. I'm a freaking half-a-century-year-old man, okay? And if you would have liked anything of mine, I'd have been hello. Because I was already unhappy. So, you didn't.
Well, yeah.
And then she thought, oh, I'm gonna get this old man just to take me out because we're 18 years difference. She was like, oh my gosh, I feel so terrible. I didn't.
So yeah, that whole Facebook thing happened around my birthday. So I was like, you know what? I'm usually the kind of girl.
That's why she put me off for a month and a half.
I'm the kind of girl who usually takes it pretty safe, and I usually say no to everything.
But then all I had to do on my third date was get her permission to kiss her. And do you know what she said when I got done kissing her? Those are panty droppers.
I'm still trying to talk about the first date. You keep jumping around. You're so silly.
I love you.
I love you too, baby. I forgot what I was talking about already. What was I saying?
Our first date.
Yeah,
How we met.
Yeah.
Well, it's the whole deal. And here's the other kicker. I lived like 5 houses down from her when I first moved to Santa Cruz. I lived in a rental vacation home while I was waiting for my house to be done, and she lived right just 5 houses up. Dude.
Crazy.
So crazy.
Yeah, we lived in the same spot.
So crazy.
Oh, that's what I was saying. That it was around my birthday. And I usually am really safe and I say no, but this time I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna get out of my comfort zone, I'll say yes. So I said yes, and then I had to cancel because I had to work that night.
Yep.
And then you had to cancel because you had
to go to my kids. Yeah.
Yeah, you had to pick up your grandkid. Or
Ari,
I don't know.
yeah, I had to go up for Ari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, finally, December 1st.
Yeah, it was our first date.
We finally went out.
And then, the second date, the second time I took her out, I took her to some friend of mine that had a restaurant, and called The Hideout in Aptos. Good place.
Oh, yeah.
And she didn't eat nothing.
That particular day, I had a really late lunch at work.
She didn't eat nothing, dude.
I was like in a procedure for like ever, and I didn't have lunch until like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And by the time we went to our date, I was like, I'm still full.
I was so shocked.
Yeah. So the first date, I devoured the whole plate.
And then the third date, she called me up and she says, yo, I'm down at this heavy metal bar. It's heavy metal night.
Metal Monday.
Metal Monday. Do you want to come out and have a drink with me? I don't even think she said me yet, and I said yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
really
I was
fast.
there. I'm there.
Yeah.
And that's when I asked her if I could kiss her.
I thought it was the second date.
No, that was our third date. Our second date was at the Hideout. Our third
That's
date was
right.
when I kissed you. Dude, I know. I might be old, but I got a motherfucking memory like an elephant.
That's right, yeah. So first date was the bittersweet.
Yep, second date was
date
the Hideout.
Was the Hideout. The
Third date was you called. I wasn't
Metal
gonna call
Monday.
you. I wasn't bugging you after the Hideout because you were talking that you were so busy. That's why
I
when
was
you
busy.
called me,
I was working a lot.
yeah, dude, when our first year that we dated,
Yeah, I worked
her
a lot.
schedule was incredible.
I had the full-time job, and then I was
I would
night
go over and
nursing.
stay at her place,
Yeah.
and be in bed, and she had a monitor of all the animals that were downstairs that had surgery and stuff, and I would lay there and watch her go down
yeah.
and put
I'd get up at,
catheters
like-
in and
Right.
and all kinds of dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I loved it.
Yeah. I think
loved
you
it.
actually fell in love with my like work ethic too.
I loved how you worked.
I was
I
just
fell
like,
in love with
I'm
everything
working,
about you.
I'm working.
Yeah.
And he told me you don't have to work anymore, and I was like, fuck yeah.
No, we actually came up with that idea. You know what?
Yeah.
How about if you don't work no more and let's sell everything and let's just buy a
Travel.
motorhome and travel.
Yeah.
And you know what? We've been doing this now for
Almost 2 years.
almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in September.
Yeah. Okay, so
And
a
we
year and a half.
haven't gotten one fight.
Right.
We haven't gotten one.
We bicker here and there, but it's always stupid shit that we're just like,
it's
okay,
shit that
whatever.
she calls me on, but we ain't like got
Right.
into a fight or an argument.
We're really good together.
Yeah,
We're
to
a
be
good
honest,
team.
you know what? I ain't
We're
never,
a really good team.
I ain't never had it so good,
I
and
take care of him, and you take care of me.
I ain't never had it so good. I ain't never been.
Totally same.
Who would ever thought?
And we're
So
different.
now
It's crazy.
we only got 8 days, and we're leaving and traveling Route 66, 1,900 miles, and we're going to the Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. My family's from there. I left there when I was 17, and my family lives in the Cherokee Nation. So we're traveling back there. We're gonna find a place, and we're gonna start a homestead. But it's only 8 days away, and I could have left 8 days ago. I can't. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I know, it's gonna be so cool.
So, we're gonna give you guys all the information, everything that there is on the trip, because we're taking Route 66 all the way there. So it's gonna be a hell of a lot of fun. It's 1,900 miles. Sure, it'll only take a couple days, but we're gonna take like maybe a month, maybe 3 weeks. We're gonna camp in the desert. We're gonna do everything, and Jens will dig it, I promise.
Oh my god, it's gonna be so fun. Alright, I think we talked pretty good. We're at like...
Yeah, it's time to put steaks on.
Yeah, steaks.
Alright, peace.
Peace.